Channel. My name is Ksenia Pro. I'm just gonna be waiting for someone to join. So basically today I'm doing my very first live stream and I'm going live from my new studio. So I'm about to show you everything. I just moved here like a couple months ago. So I wanted to give you a tour and just kind of like show you some behind the scenes of how everything looks. So this is a commercial space. I did do my photography for the longest time out of my house. So I had my little studio in my home, and you might have seen some videos on my channel about my home studio, how it's set up and how big it is. It was pretty small. So then once I decided to move to, hi everybody. If you're joining us, just like say hi in the chat. Let me see if the chat is working. 1 second. Okay, so can you guys like message me something? Because this is my first time doing live on YouTube. I just want to make sure like I see everybody's messages. Just say hi and like type from where you're actually joining us. Which country, which, hi, Ava, I don't know how to say your name correctly. I know you've been following me for a little bit because I've seen your comments. So I'm glad you're here. We're gonna wait for a few more minutes for some other people to join. So basically what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you around my new studio. I just moved here 2 months ago, so everything is just like work in progress, but it's already working for me. And as I was saying, I was working out of my house. Like I had my little studio at my house for the longest time, so it was like 5 to 6 years. Hi Petra, Hungary, awesome. Ava, where are you from? Where are you joining us from? Just let us know. Oh, Vancouver. Okay, so you're not that far, just a little bit up north, huh? Okay, wonderful. So I'm based in Washington, D.C. area in the United States. If somebody's like joining from out of country, you probably familiar with this area. So yeah, so basically I'm gonna wait like 2 more minutes maybe for people to join, and then I'm gonna show you around. Do you guys have any questions in the meantime? Have you watched my videos? If you have any questions about anything, it's just like open chat right now, so you can just ask me questions. I'll be happy to hear them. Because I know sometimes people asking me questions in the comments, and it's like, do I type like a letter in the comment, or is it just easier for me to kind of like create a video, or just like create live and just explain, like answer the question live like that? So if you guys do have some questions, either ask them right now while we're still waiting for people, or save them for last, because I'm gonna sit down for like a few minutes to answer some of the questions. What do you guys do? What kind of photography do you do? If you do photography at all. So let me know in the chat. Do you do like portraits, weddings, maybe food or something else? But I assume if you follow me, it's some kind of portrait photography. Hi from South Africa. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm not gonna try. I'm sorry. My name is weird too. A lot of people make I have like 25 variations of my name probably. It's from like Ksenia, Ksenia. Ava says any kind of photography. Yeah, that's when you start, you kind of do a little bit of everything. I was the same way. The only thing, like I did mostly portraits, but like anything basically. Portrait, like I would take pictures of people, but any people. So I would do events, I would do kids, I would do families, I would do couples, anything, you name it. But I did a little bit of, I actually tried doing some stock photography as well. But again, I wasn't drawn to like any like landscape or any kind of like product photography. So that things that are not alive, they don't really, I don't really care for them, for the pictures. I appreciate a beautiful like art of like product photography or food photography, but it's just not my thing. So you're saying trying out portrait photography, did a maternity shoot and 1-year-old baby photo shoot. Wonderful. How did that go for you? I don't do kids much, so I don't do like newborn baby photography. Still experiment. Yeah, that's the process, so you'll get there. I'm still experimenting, honestly, you guys. It's just all a big experiment. So at some point you're just confident enough to like call yourself an actual photographer and start charging money for that. But basically like it's a progress all the time. Like there's no finish line. You always like, okay, I can do this better, I can do that better, and oh, this is a cool idea. Hi from Serbia. Any kind of photography. Okay, yeah, so when you start, that's where you are. But this is great. Okay, so I'm gonna wait maybe 1 more minute for a couple more people to join, and I'm gonna take you around, like on a tour around my studio. So for those who just joined, I'm just gonna repeat myself one more time. So basically what happened, that's why I haven't been posting a lot of videos online because I didn't have much time. I was working, it was a process. So I got my new studio, which is like in a commercial space. It's not in my house anymore. Okay, it's like an actual workspace. I moved here April 1st. It was just a little bit over 2 months ago. But to get that space, that was a long process that took me almost 9 months, I want to say, from the search, like the site search, looking for the spaces, which was not as easy as I thought it would be. But the good thing, it was like COVID time, so a lot of businesses were going out of business, and a lot of places were actually available for lease, and this is what I was looking for. But they were like out of my budget, or the area was not nice, or the space was not nice, or they didn't have the daylight. Because for me, the criteria was it has to have like a lot of daylight, because I do shoot a lot with natural light. I kind of want like a bigger version of my home studio, that's a little bit nicer, and I don't have to bring people home, and I can actually store all my stuff, because my house was like it was not enough storage for me. So that was like a big thing, and my family wasn't happy with me like bringing all the backdrops and storing all the props in the garage. So that was like a big point for me to like move out of the house. And hi from Ghana. Hi. Okay, so you're saying the 1-year-old was running all over. Well, yeah, kids do that. Hi. Oh, good to see ya. So this is actually one of my clients, so we did her photo shoot. Hi, Isabella. Okay, you can type in, you guys, where are you joining from, like in terms of the country or like the city. Yeah, so basically I was, just to, long story short, so I found like a couple places that could potentially work for me, because I wanted to have like a lot of daylight, so it has to have windows, right? And like with me, it's weird because the windows have to face a certain way. Hi from Canada, California. Hi. I'm so happy everybody's joining me. This is my first time doing live on YouTube, so I wanted to see how that goes. So let's go for it. So yeah, so this is like, because a lot of spaces that I was looking at that were like within my budget, the size was good, but it was just like a garage type of setting, so there's no window light, like no light whatsoever, and it's more like industrial, which is cool, like I don't mind it, but it was like so dark, so you would only use like kind of strobes, and a lot of like commercial photography studios are set up this way, so they don't really care. They actually want to kill all the lights, so they just use just the strobes. For me, it's kind of both. I kind of want that natural light. She's saying you're so glad. Yeah. Okay, yeah, going live is like, I think it's easier actually than doing videos, because you don't have to edit it much. But yeah, it's a lot of blurbs gonna be probably, but I don't care, so you guys don't care much, right? Do you? I think it's fine. We're just having a chat. So, and then I was finding the big space. So one of the spaces that I really fell in love with, it was like in a old industrial building, which has like, the ceiling was, imagine it's like double the height, so it was like 20 feet high probably. I don't know what it is in meters anymore, so you can Google and tell me. It's like very tall ceiling, so it's like a warehouse kind of space, but it has lots of windows, and like the full, so it was like the first level, it was like one open space. The first level they had windows kind of like down here, more like a storefront type of thing with a door, and they have like a window, like a glass wall kind of thing. And then up above there was another row of windows, which was cool because when the sun hit the certain direction, there was like the direct sunlight coming from down. Imagine you somewhere in the barn, so that would be like something like that kind of light. That was very pretty. Isabel says she does everything except landscape. Yeah, I don't do landscape. Maybe when I go on retirement, when I'll do landscapes. I'm actually thinking about it. That's actually a cool hobby, I feel like. But if you want to do it professionally, it just takes so much time, because you have to find like the right location, wait for the right light and all of that. So yeah, that's different. So yeah, and basically, and then I found, but that place fell through because the owner couldn't, like there was a complication with the layout and everything, because we wanted to have just the half the space that he had. and he had to separate it, and then eventually it just didn't work out. And it was during the COVID times when a lot of services were not available, so people wouldn't just like, you had to wait for weeks for someone to just like do something for you. So that didn't work out for us, and it was kind of like expensive. So then I stumbled across this space. So basically this space right now, for those who understand like the measurements in square feet, so this is like 1,400 square feet, and it's inside of it's like an industrial building, but they converted it into offices, so it has like a cool kind of vibe, and the ceilings are pretty tall, so it's like 10 feet ceiling height. So that was good for me. It can go up to, so they say it's like 11 or 12 feet because there's a drop ceiling here, so I can show you here. So if I were to remove it, it would go higher. Oops. Okay, hang on you guys, sorry. Okay, I'm back. So I was looking for like higher ceilings. Can anyone see these? See what? The ceiling? Okay, just clarify what you're asking exactly. So basically, the points for me to look for the studio space was the daylight, tall ceilings, because some of them were like 8 feet high, and I'm like, I feel like I'm in a little box here, and I kind of want to put my lights a little bit higher up, because even in my house where I had my studio in my home, my ceiling height was 9 feet, so that was like the minimum that I want to have. So here I'm actually happy. And then the other thing, I had to have like an open space like this so I can put my backdrop over there and still have some natural light hitting it. So I wanted to feel it kind of like spacious, and then I needed some storage and some dressing room and potentially bathroom, but this place doesn't have the bathroom in the suite. It had like, I have the bathroom outside. So I see that there's like a few people here, so should I just take you around and show you my studio? I'm just gonna go on a tour. I'm gonna take my phone. I'm actually going it from my phone, so I'm gonna take it off of the stand. Give me 1 second. I don't want to shake you guys too much. Okay, I'm gonna try to flip my camera, and we're gonna start. Actually, let me take you first to the main studio. Okay, let's see. Let me know if it's too shaky, you guys, but I'm trying to use the gimbal. So I'm gonna flip the camera. So basically, this is why I love this space, okay? Because of the window lights. And today is not super sunny, and it's still like enough light here. And see, I have like almost like 4 windows on the one side. Yes, I love that. The natural light is so beautiful here. So this is one thing that you can't put a price tag on it, because a lot of spaces, they were like really dark, or there was maybe 1 window, so you have to kind of like work things out. Even in my home studio, I had 3 windows, but they were kind of like they were separated by the walls, first of all, and second of all, it was kind of like always kind of like gloomy a little bit because there were smaller windows. Here I have beautiful natural light, and those curtains that I put up, they just like $10 curtains, but I made sure like I ironed them first so they look really nice. So they filter the light, and it creates like a really nice soft light. And here I have this little nook where you can build different setups here. Basically, that's how I wanted it to be, so I can move like things around, and I'm just looking for like a beautiful light, so I have to recreate the layout here. Basically, when I saw this space, there were 2 small offices here with the windows. Let me turn around. Hold on 1 second. So if you can imagine, you see this corner over here, there was the wall, and there were 2 offices separated like in the middle. So they had to break those walls. They removed those walls. There was like a hallway here, and there was like 1 big space in this on this side. So basically what I asked my landlord, they did all the construction work, like kind of like renovations for me, which was included on the lease, which was another cool part, which I loved, because some other spaces, like you have to do everything yourself, and I'm not like, I don't know who to bring to do that kind of work. So I left this corner. I asked them to leave the corners here intentionally, so I can set like a chair here or something, like build some kind of set, so I can use this as a backdrop. And this is like a pretty big wall, so I love this this side because the light comes from the side and it's very soft because the windows like they go long and it creates like a huge soft box and the light kind of wraps around. And sometimes I bring a reflector here on this side just to like bounce it back onto my model. And I love this little nook over here. So there's like little space. Do you usually use natural lighting or studio? I use both. It's just like which look I'm going for. And sometimes, so in this area, I try to use as much natural light as possible if it's like bright enough outside. And what I love about my studio, there's never like a direct light from the windows, which I didn't know until I moved in here, but I'm so happy that there's no like direct sunlight because first it gets hot, second it's like it doesn't look pretty, so you have to move kind of like farther away from the windows. So sometimes when it's like a little dull outside and if it's like a family picture, for example, so I can't use like 1.4 on my f-stop to bring more light in because the face is gonna be too blurred out when I shoot a group. Then I bring like an extra, you see that flash in the corner? So for example, if somebody was standing here, right, I would put the flash behind me to give me like a little bit, and I would bounce it off of this wall or like this corner to give me a little bit of the fill light. And it also works with someone when you photograph like a darker skin tones, for example. So if there's not enough light to make it like all nice tone, I will bring like a bit of an extra light. But sometimes just using a reflector helps. And again, it's mostly when I photograph like groups, when I have to go on my f-stop to like f4, f3.5, because most of the time when it's just like one person, I can use 1.4 and there's like plenty of light here. Okay, so let's move on. So as you can see, I already have some of my props here. And I've been shooting here for 2 months already, so I'm kind of learning. When you move to a new space, you kind of learn it all over again, how the light works, what time of day. So here, everything is kind of like makeshift for now. So this is my desk station for now where I have my client meetings and I do some editing, but I just moved my computer here, so I still have my station at home. And actually this desk is supposed to be, it's more like a makeup station desk. So usually it sits right over here under that mirror. So that's the kind of like the makeup station mirror. But again, everything is like movable because I want to make sure like I need to use the same things, like don't overcrowd the space. But for example, the same table I can use as a makeup table if I need to, or I can use it for a client meeting for now. I also have my office coming up, but that's another story. So this is the backdrop here. I just have it on my regular stand that I have. Eventually I want to put it up on the ceiling, but because the ceiling is a drop ceiling, that makes it like a little bit tricky because you can't drill into that, and I'm not allowed to like put any heavy stuff on the walls too because they have like steel studs here, so that makes it complicated. It's not the same as in my house, but there is a backdrop holder that you can put it. It's specifically made for the drop ceiling, so you just kind of clip it onto the ceiling and it pulls down. So that's the setup for now, and again, it's all makeshift, so I can move it around if I need to. And this is the new thing that somebody just made for me. So this is like this thing I've been dreaming about for the longest time, you guys. I just wanted to have like a movable wall, kind of like on set on movies or when you do like stage sets. So it has wheels. Hold on, let me pull it down. Yeah, like that. So basically it's on the wheels, you can lock it, and now it's like basically it's like a wall with a drywall on it. So it's like the same as here, but it's on wheels and it has both sides. For now it's raw. They just finished it like a little couple weeks ago, so I'm gonna like sand it. Oh, how do you say it? I'm gonna use the like even it out. I'm gonna paint it, so I'm gonna create, and you can paint it as many times as you want because it's not an actual wall, right? Because here, like on the lease, I'm not supposed to do too many things with the walls. Like you have to get approved for every time I do something major with the walls. So this is like a great way of doing it. Instead of using the backdrops, this is gonna be like another backdrop option, which is cool because I can create some texture and create something. I can actually put like hang things on this thing because it's very heavy. I can lean on it. People can lean on it. So it's an actual wall, but it's like you can move it around. Okay, so let's go We're gonna, actually that's gonna be my office eventually, and like storage room. So again, like this wall, they had to build it for me because it was just like one open space here. So I asked them to like separate it so I have some storage room. So I set some things already, but it's still work in progress. I appreciate if you live video if you editing workflow. Okay, I can do that next time. So basically this is how I store my backdrops. So this are the paper backdrops, and I'm planning to like paint more backdrops like this one. So it's like canvas, kind of hand painted backdrop. And this is just some storage, like it's not much fun here just yet. And this is where I'm gonna have my computer station with my like editing eventually. So I'm gonna go to work, edit, come back home, and forget about it. That's the plan. I know it's not gonna work just like that, but that's the plan. Okay, let me take you around. So these again, like this is just all the props that I have. They're just sitting here. That's why I like the open space. And these are just some of my tools. So I put this open shelf so I can grab the lens or anything. These are like some product samples of the pictures that I offer of the products, the prints, so I can show them to my clients. So that's very neat as well. And let me take you to, so let's actually go like to the way the clients walk in, because this is the cool way of seeing it. So this is the main door, like when you walk into the unit. I'm just gonna turn around. So basically when you walk in, there's like a hallway here. So this is why I love this space. This was already here because in my house, for example, when I do sessions back to back and the new client arrives earlier than expected and the other client runs late and they kind of like overlap, I don't want them to be waiting in the car, kind of, but I don't want them to see each other either, right? So, and that, this is a cool space because it's kind of like more of a waiting area, so you don't really see it. Yeah, it's like a waiting area. And when you walk in, this is like the little welcome table where I have, again, my like, print sample, some information. This is going to go up on the wall. This is like a metal print. So I ordered like more sample prints because I actually have room for them now. This is, again, one of the sample prints that are going to go up on the wall. This is a little closet, which is kind of neat too. I love it. This is just like my cleaning supplies here for now and whatever. But it's behind the closed doors, so nobody sees it. And then I have a little kitchenette as well, which is kind of like a neat thing to have because I have a mini fridge here with some water, as I have coffee machine, and just so I can store, like if I'm gonna spend time here in the studio, which I haven't yet, I can have like some plates and stuff like that here. So, and this is the actual waiting area. And then I have the dressing room too, which is perfect. I'm gonna turn the lights here. Okay. So this is where the magic happens because I have all of my fancy dresses sitting here. They don't even fit anymore because I got some new ones. But this is perfect for clients to come in and like take their pick if they want to see some of the outfits. So I usually send them like the ideas of what I have, and okay, so you guys can see me in the mirror, of what I have and what they can bring. So they're welcome to use any of the dresses that I have. Most of them are like maternity, some of them can be both, like maternity and just regular dresses. So it really depends on the styling. And this is my famous wings that I made just a few months ago. I haven't been using them much, but I think I'm gonna shoot with them more. So that's that, and this is where they change and they come out. I'm gonna go slow so you guys don't get your head spinning. Okay, and that's the studio. Ta-da! I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna flip my camera, I'm gonna answer some of your questions. But if you want me to show you something one more time, let me know in the comments, because I can turn my camera around anytime. Okay, we back in business. Let me go down a bit. Okay, let me put this thing back on the tripod. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Let me put this thing down. Boom. What do you guys think? How did you like it? Just let me know what's your favorite part. I'm glad you enjoyed the tour. I enjoyed it too with you. It's actually cool to be like talking about this space because not a lot of people have been here, only my clients and maybe like a few friends, a few photographer friends, but mostly just my family and my clients. But everybody seems to love the space, especially because there's lots of natural light. So even when you do things like you want to do like a selfie or just like a quick behind the scenes, it already looks beautiful because this natural light makes everything looks beautiful. Yeah, the window and the wardrobe, these are my favorite parts too. But I love how like the space is open and I custom picked the colors for the floors, for the walls, for everything, just to make it, this is my dream studio. I'm still like, when I, like after my first shoot here, which was right after I moved, so I moved officially on like April 1st. And my first shoot here was April 5th, I think. So it was like very short. So I had to move like a lot of stuff in a short period of time. And then I finished my first shoot and I'm like, I love it mostly because of the natural light and just like it was so easy. So in my small studio in my house, I had to move a lot of things back and forth, like in and out, because there's only so much room. So if you want to change the backdrop, you have to take the whole thing outside, like to the garage, and bring it back in. Super, thank you. You've been to my small studio, so you know what I'm talking about. Like I was running back and forth in between the garage and the actual like studio space, carrying those things, and I'm like sweating, moving them up and down. So here it's a little bit easier, like the workflow is so much easier because I can leave things in places, and I still can like move things around. So I build a set here and there, but it's much easier because you don't have to like move everything from another room or anything like that. So the next step for me is just to create my office called like editing station space. So it's just a little bit easier because my dream is to create like the workflow. So after the shoot, I will just like upload all the pictures right the same day and maybe start editing some other pictures too. Yes, I remember. That makes me happy for you. You were shading. Yeah, thank you. Humble beginnings, but then yeah, it's getting there. So okay guys, so hope you enjoy the tour. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. In the meantime, I'm gonna invite you, those who can travel to the US, to the DC area, who like local here. I'm actually hosting my very first workshop. It's gonna be posing workshop on June 26th. It's gonna be in my studio right here. I'm gonna have no more than 10 people who can sign up for this workshop. So basically we're gonna cover like posing workflow, angles, all of that. The studio is not in DC, it's in DC area. That's why I say it like that, because a lot of people from out of state or out of country, so they're not familiar with like little towns here. So it's in Maryland, but it's like close to DC. So basically during the posing workshop, we're gonna have male model and female model. And when I say model, they're gonna be real people because this is where the challenge is from. So they're not supposed to know what to do. You're supposed to know what they're supposed to do and explain them how to get into poses. So that's the trick. And I use like a lot of techniques to do that. So I'm gonna show everything that I know, and I'm happy to answer any of the questions. So we're gonna cover like poses for men, for women, and maybe like a couple if we have time to do that. So if you are interested, go to my website. It's kseniapro.com. There's a tab for like for photographers, and there's the workshop information. I can put the link here, I think. Let me see. Can I reply to any of your messages? Can you guys message something for me? Because it's like I'm on mobile and it's like I don't think I can do anything. Definitely want to be there. I don't think I can type anything in. But if you go to my, hold on. If you go to my website, just visit like for photographers, and you will see the workshop information if you are interested, or just like email or message me. So I'll happy to answer any of your questions. All right, guys, do you have any more questions for me about anything? Studio, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to show you some stuff, but like I can answer the best I can right now. Anything, shooting, posing, editing, anything like that. I'll be here for another few minutes if you have any questions. Okay, come on. And there was only a few people here. I would love to come, but I don't have my passport yet. Well, that's maybe it's time to get one. Because finally, like, people can travel around. I'm fully vaccinated, so I can't wait for like more countries to open up. We have photographed weddings again. I don't do weddings anymore. You already asked. No, I don't think so. Unless it's gonna be like a something editorial different. But no, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You'll find somebody better. Somebody who loves weddings. I did wedding photography for like 3 years, I want to say. But like I didn't do a lot of weddings. That was just like one of the things. Because this is, for me, I thought this is where how you make money as a photographer. You just do weddings. But then eventually I realized that's not what I love doing most of all. So I just stopped doing weddings because out of all the wedding, I enjoyed this like maybe an hour or so when there was actually like the photo shoot, like the couple photo shoot. This is what I loved. And those pictures were my favorite from each wedding. And I'm like, that's just a lot of stress, a lot of equipment, a lot of time doing the whole day, even if I don't really enjoy it. I mean, I had fun, don't get me wrong. I was actually on the high from like all the party, all the people, but then it's tiring too, like in the end of the day. What do you enjoy photographing the most? So I love doing portrait. I love doing like fashion and glamour. So even though I don't do a lot of editorials because I don't have time and most of them are not paid. I don't do like fashion editorial photography anymore. But I mean, I will probably, but it's more like for creative, for fun. So it's not like work. It's more like fun of it. But I do enjoy just working with my clients and bringing fashion and glamour into their world, even though some of them, they have no idea how to pose or they need help like styling the outfits and things like that. So this is what I love doing. I love kind of like transforming people. Let's put it that way. Because some people come to my studio, they will bring beautiful clothes and everything, of course. But then in front of the camera, this is where I come in to kind of like make them look like they just came out of the cover of a magazine. So that's the point of, that's what I love doing. And I love seeing reaction when people, especially women, when they look at their pictures. If you're in a model, love to be a model, show them your work posting. Yeah, sure. So if I do any like editorial or fashion work, I'll sure let you know. Because I'll be looking for models for that probably. All right, guys, if you don't have any questions, I'm just gonna say bye. But if you still do have a question, we have like 2 more minutes, so I'll wait for you. Okay, let me show you some of the print products that I have, maybe just to give you an idea in case you're not familiar, because I started printing my work for my clients and that was a big change too. So basically, I'm just gonna give you like a quick tour of the products. So hold on, that's gonna be reflecting. So this is called a matted print, just framed matted print. So this white border around the picture, that's called a mat, for those who are not familiar with that. So basically, this particular print, it's like museum quality. So it's sealed for life, basically. And it's protected from the sun, moisture, and dust inside. And the glass is museum quality glass as well. So basically it protects the print for like 100 years. So this is like a high-end way of doing things. And then I have some of the, so this is like a portfolio box. If you're familiar with Sue Bryce, she does a lot of these. So this is, thank you, Pierre. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for coming on the tour. Appreciate it. So if you're familiar with Sue Bryce, she offers like a lot of folio boxes like this. This one is from Global Image. This is like a cool product. I love it. It's very sleek. I'm not going to open it because it's very heavy and I only have one hand because I'm holding my camera right now. And these are just the prints that go inside the box. So I switch things around and I'm doing kind of like mounted prints now. So they'll look like this. And they're very kind of like thick and heavy and very sturdy, so you can display them like this, just on the side. You can frame it or you can put it back in the box. And then let me walk you outside of here. Tons of ideas. What kind of ideas? Let me know. I always have like a lot of ideas, but I never have time to actually go through with them. So this is a canvas wrap. A lot of people are familiar with that. It has a lot of texture. So if you can feel it, you can see it actually here. So it has the texture, and I love the way they wrap it. This is from CG Pro Prints. I think they're based in California, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not framed, it's just like that, like it's called gallery wrap with no frame. And on the sides, I usually do like a blur, so it kind of matches the picture, but I don't want the picture to go wrap around because sometimes you lose some of it when you wrap it. So this one is 24 by 36 for those who are in the US. That makes sense for us. Okay, so this one is an acrylic print, which I love, love, love. It's also from CG Pro Prints. CG Pro, yeah, CG Pro Prints. So acrylic, let me actually walk to the daylight because this yellow light freaks me out. I don't love it at all. Anytime I like have to stay in the studio, I never go to that room because what lab do you use most of the time? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't really type into the comments, unfortunately. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm from my phone. So the lab is called CG, like letters, CG Pro, P-R-O, Prints. They're here in the United States, in California, I think. So this is a cool, and it's like a floating. So it comes, hold on. Let me switch hands. Let me just do this, actually, that will be easier. So this is the back of it, which is very cool because it already comes like that, ready to hang. And it's going to be floating off of the wall. And see, like, hold on, let me flip it. It's a little kind of like shiny, glossy. You see the reflection here because it's acrylic. But then it has like a lot of color and a lot of details. This is what I love about those prints. And a coat, hold on, it's very heavy. And I'm holding it with my left hand. So hold on, let me go up a bit. Okay, so when you put it on the wall, it's gonna be kind of like floating off of the wall like so, which makes it very cool and modern way to display pictures like that. So this one is like more expensive than canvas for sure. And let me show you another option. Hold on, something happened with my camera. Okay, there we go. So let me walk you to, I'm gonna show you a metal print, and I'll have to bring it out here, I think. So this is metal. So basically they print on aluminum. It's like a piece of metal. For those who, you might have like a print like that in your house maybe. It's very shiny too, but they do have those in matte. So they have like different finishes. I just love it shiny. Again, it's like a floating off of the wall. So it comes with a mount like this. And it has lots, it's like very sharp. And it has lots of details. So you might want to retouch your pictures extra carefully because for this print, it was just a test print. But I didn't do that good of a job with like touching her skin because I can see everything now. So that's the trick. When you print pictures this big, if something bothered you on the computer screen, it will freak you out when you see it on the print because you see like more little mistakes, little things. And then another one I'm going to show you. This is canvas as well, but this size is gigantic because it's 40 by 60. So basically it's 5 feet tall. For the reference, my height is 5.2, 5'2", so it's almost my height. But it's cool when it's displayed. So I made it for a client, and I made a sample for my studio too because I love it in like large size like that. So basically, in their house, they have the ceiling is like vaulted ceiling, which means it goes like up doubles. So it's like 2 floors up. Basically, it's like one huge open space. So something very small would look very funny on the wall because it's like a huge tall wall, basically. But even like this print, when we tried it on their wall, it didn't look that big actually. So it was kind of like just the right size. You can actually go bigger like that. So this is canvas because printing something like that in metal or acrylic, almost impossible, or they're gonna charge you an arm and a leg. This one is very expensive too because of the shipping too. So this is the biggest size you can get in canvas, basically, at least from what I could find. All right, so that's that. And then I also do have folio boxes like this. So this is like a black leather. You see the texture a little bit. Folio box with prints. And I have those like mounted prints in here. So like this. So this is like Sue Bryce style type of thing. And then I do have a glass and gold box. So those are very hard to find right now for some reason, but I order them on Etsy. So from like they have different sellers. So and you just put the stack of prints here. And I actually bought a printer, so I'm actually printing those little prints at home right now, or should I say at the studio. And I'm just gonna offer them like that. So this is that. Let me flip my camera. Oops, hold on. Okay, let's go back to the good lights. All right, so let me know if you have any questions about anything that we covered today, or if you have any questions about one of my videos or anything photography related. But if not, I'm gonna let you go. Let me actually put my the phone on the tripod one more time so I don't have to hold it. Boo. All right, we have 1 more minute. Go, go, go with the questions. Or if you don't have any, if you don't have any questions, just say, I enjoyed this video. See you again soon. Make more videos. Because I need a little push. Like I've been like a little bit lazy and just relaxing lately. When I say relaxing, that means I just did my day-to-day work and didn't do anything extra. Because normally I do like 5,000 things in a day. All right, guys, if there's nothing to add, thank you so much for joining me today. And again, for those who are interested and who can travel to like DC area, thank you, Pierre. Thank you. Thank you for coming today. Those who can travel here, I will be happy to see you at my posing workshop on June 26th. So check out details on my website, kseniapro.com. You can go for like 4 photographers. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm happy you enjoyed and you spent this hour, almost an hour with me, looking at my studio because I haven't showed it to a lot of people. So I'm happy that you can see it. All right, guys, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to do that. That's very important. So more people can see this video and I can make more videos for you guys. So last question for you before you all go. What subjects are you interested in the most? Like what do you want to learn from me if I were to make more videos? Like what kind of things were you thinking of? Like do you want to do like editing, shooting? Nice to have this type of small peaks in the studio. Thank you. Thank you. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to do that. Cheers, Pierre. Pierre. Should I say Pierre? Shooting tips for getting the perfect nude fine art. You mean like in maternity? Just to, so it looks like a little bit more dramatic and just kind of like, yeah, is that what you're asking? Just to kind of like play with the light, make it a little bit different, silhouette. Yes, maternity. Okay. So actually the other thing, I'm planning like a big maternity workshop, which is going to be 2 or 3 days. That's going to be either end of July, like the last weekend of July, early August, or like in August. I haven't decided yet. I'll see like how many people I can sign up for it. So that's going to be in the studio as well. We're going to have live models, pregnant, not with like fake bump. So we're going to style them pretty. And we're gonna cover the shooting. So one day is gonna be just shooting and like the client experience. One day is gonna be editing. And there's gonna be some kind of like businessy or just kind of like just you know general information about maternity photography. So if you guys are interested, yeah. Where are you coming from, Francesca? Where are you located? If you can travel here, I would love to see you. I want to do things online, but at the same time, I want to connect with people from New Jersey. So yeah, it's a short drive. I mean, it's not short. It's like 4 or 5 hour drive from New Jersey here. So I'm in Maryland, but it's like DC area. And I'll be happy to see you here in the studio. So just like look out for the updates. So most likely I will post on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, go do it right now. So you can get more notifications about things like that happening. And then go check my website once in a while. It's kseniapro.com and there's like a tab for photographers where you can get that information. All right. So it was great seeing you here. I hope we'll do it like on a regular basis now. So just comment on the video. It's supposed to be saved. Hopefully it's gonna save on my channel. So if you wanna type in the comment like what kind of subject you wanna talk about next time. So I'm happy to do like another live or something like that, because that's actually easier than creating videos and editing them. That's why I'm stuck, because that takes time. But yeah, I'm here, I'm happy to help. All right, guys, see you in the next one. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or just like send me a comment on the YouTube channel. I try to reply to every single comment that's somewhat meaningful. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.